In 2020, we're going to have to make a choice of electing Omar Escobar, a man who's asleep at 3:30 in the morning, or Gocha Allen Ramirez, a man who is coming undone and the race has just started. Okay, so apparently I've struck a nerve in this man. He posts, politics can be frustrating if you allow it to be. The lies and mischaracterizations that are spread about a candidate by the opposition can be disturbing. You don't say. You ever think that maybe all the crap that your side has been spewing inspires a guy like me to single handedly make it his personal mission in life because I've got nothing better to do, right? Than to try to undo this web of crap that you guys have been spewing. Anyway, he goes on, and when those lies and mischaracterizations focus almost exclusively on personal attacks, this is what is called the politics of personal destruction. No, this stuff is just an observation. That your life is self destructive is beyond my control. All I can do is observe it. And to be clear, I'm not talking about legitimate analysis of any candidate's track record and professional qualifications for office. The politics of personal destruction involves the attempt to demonize a candidate and her supporters not by an objective review of platform or policy, but by lashing out the opposition with personal malice. Really? Okay, let's think about that for a moment. All I've been doing is searching for physical evidence of the stuff that you guys say and do. And as I'm doing this, I think to myself, what better way to show that I'm doing this stuff on my own than to make this video of me gathering the stuff that I use. And the universe throws me a little gift in the middle of changing from one song to the other. Even the universe recognizes that you're all about money. But let's get to that a little later then. The politics of personal destruction have been around forever. Okay. But with the advent of social media, it has become easier for any person with a computer to engage in the politics of personal destruction. Excuse me, I have a very powerful computer. I have very high-end audio equipment installed, audio software installed, and I've only recently begun to dabble with video, and I consider myself to be quite exceptional at the way that I adapt to this equipment. I'm 40 something years old. Technology should have left me behind like it left you. However, I'm not you. I adapt quick. So, without ever having to explain his or her qualification, source of information, evidence, and background to support the malice that is spread. Of course, that only applies to me, right? It's not like you expect for your people to actually provide any type of sources or references or evidence to what they say. They can say whatever they want. You're okay with your people saying whatever they want, but everyone else needs to be on a whole different level. Okay. These bloggers never have to leave the confines of their protective cocoons. They don't dare face their targets eye to eye. Are you calling me out? What, you want to have like a rumble or something? You're 60 years old. I'm too old to be rolling around on the ground with some cocaine snorting idiot. Anyway, but there's certain common denominators that attach to most social media junkies that engage in the practice of the politics of personal destruction, especially at the local level. I just had a meeting a few days back with Eloy Vera. And the thing that impressed me the most about the man is that he spoke to me in terms of pennies. See, he was talking to me about tax cents. And he didn't stop to explain to me what he was talking about. I understood because it's what truck drivers do. When they talk about their paycheck, sometimes they reference the rate of pay in terms of what it's based off of. So you'll hear truck drivers talk about miles. This man is so focused in what he's doing that he spoke to me in terms of cents, of tax dollar cents. And I was blown away by how embedded the whole idea and concept of saving taxpayers' money was, that he incorporated it into his conversation. So, yeah, I might not go out and visit you because maybe you're coming undone. And maybe I figured this would happen. It's the only defense that you idiots have. In your little passive aggressive bullshit, you piss people off to the point where it becomes violent. We're kind of tired of it. And when I say we, I mean the people of Starr County. We'd like to see some genuine dialogue and some genuine civility. But when you call people out like this, well, you're kind of straining a person's restraint. But let's move on. But there's certain common denominators that attach to most social media junkies that engage in the practice of the politics of personal destruction, especially at the local level. What are those common denominators? Let's see. First of all, most are angry people. Okay. While it is obvious that they possess a very personal anger at the people they attack, I believe that most are just angry in general. What's wrong with being angry? What, everybody's supposed to walk around, like a bunch of fairy unicorns shitting out rainbows from their ass? Come on. Angry at society, angry at their position in life, ultimately angry at themselves. Many have a deep resentment at the hand they have been dealt themselves in life. I'm pissed off because of the hand that life dealt me. I say bring it on. Deal me another one. I wrote a song about it. And the power of being able to sit behind a screen unchallenged in their cocoon. Okay, so what? You're mad because you can't just reach out and tell me to shut up or grab me or intimidate me? And pretend to be the moral compass of a community allows them the brief illusion of some slice of success in life. No, it just goes to show how your delusional ass doesn't understand that the people that you say are sitting behind the computers, they possess the sovereign power you use to work. Without our power, there is no government. I know you're elitist. It's evident. But the reality is, I am your judge, and I'm judging you, and you don't like it, and I don't care. Moving on. Most are pretenders. Okay, I'm a pretender now. They pretend to have knowledge, be it legal or otherwise, which they do not possess. I will confess that I don't read much of what is written by these angry people. Well, I'm pretty sure you have been reading some of this stuff, especially the part where if you really wanted to open up a case on some of these people that you claim should be convicted, but the DA isn't, and you're not. You could do that at any time, and you're ignoring it because you can't. You're talking out of your ass. I'm calling you out on it. Stop it. But when I'm sent samples of their legal analysis of current political issues in our communities, I can't help but chuckle and shake my head. Not only do they generally have no idea about what they're talking about, their legal analysis almost consistently ends full circle, exactly where it began, with the politics of personal destruction. Hey, you're the one that's claiming impossible shit. You either do it or you don't, and if you can't, then don't be claiming it. We're not all stupid like you think we are. Most are not searching for the truth and have an agenda. They have no interest in a legitimate analysis of each candidate's qualifications, professional reputation, and performance while in office, etc. Now, you got a reputation of being a cocaine addict. I'm kind of focused on that alone is enough to, drive me to keep you out of being a DA. As far as having an agenda, my agenda is simple. I don't want you to be the DA. End of story. However, I've also stumbled across the proof that I needed to see that all the people that you were associated with are in cahoots with each other, and they're trying to take money from the schools, from the counties, everything from the whole drainage thing in Roma to, construction of schools. It's ridiculous. And it's absurd for you to basically say that I'm just sitting here pissed off and, I'm blind to all these facts. If you don't like what I'm saying, then stop trying to do it. And that goes for your supporters too. And there are many reasons why they have no interest in that legitimate analysis. Man, screw political analysis. That's for when governments are doing okay. This corruption is costing taxpayers a whole lot of money. This is a point where we don't have the luxury of focusing solely on political analysis, and instead we have to create a very distinct divide between what is corrupt and costing us a lot of money. I mean, we're paying for campaigns versus having, a nice little political campaign. When was the last time we had any kind of debate without this kind of passive aggressive or aggressive, oh, come on, you're a coward, come and fight me bullshit? Grow up. Angry pushers of malice have no time to honestly evaluate their candidate of choice. They can poke us in our eyes, who's us, and state that they're unbiased, but their agenda is obvious. I was unbiased, right? I didn't even say anything when Letty lost to Mr. Eloy Vera. But at this point, I'm looking at a candidate who is an honest, hardworking man versus a man who snorts cocaine. And I'm thinking to myself, if I don't become biased, I'm allowing that to happen. And nothing is more insulting than an outright lie about not having a very specific agenda. Well, I'm telling you right now, it's not like a secret. I don't want you to be a DA. Point made. Simple. Most advocates of the politics of personal destruction disregard a legitimate analysis of each candidate's professional qualifications and/or professional performance in office or in the private sector. Instead, they tend to engage in personal attacks unrelated to job performance. Most often, the personal attacks are presented as factual, but without evidence. So, what are you talking about? You are a self-destructive man, and you're doing things for people who are taking money from children. I'm just doing my part. In other words, they just make it up. These unsubstantiated attacks are designed to appeal to the lowest common denominator in people. That's exactly the aim of those who engage in politics of personal destruction. So is that what you told Annette Bazan when she was spewing all that crap, or Ross Barrera? Did you tell them, hey guys, you guys are engaging in the politics of personal destruction and you need to stop? No, you just let it happen because you're the beneficiary of that. How convenient. They attempt to personally destroy their opponents because they cannot professionally defend their candidate. Well, how about you professionally defend the fact that I keep repeating that you do cocaine? Then we'll talk about comparing professional abilities to defend ourselves in court. I will continue, in my opinion, to point out the poor job performance of the incumbent. So in other words, you're going to keep doing what you're telling and asking it, or nagging and whining. So you're basically going to do what you're telling or asking people opposing you not to do. I will continue to point out the flaws in policy, the disrespect shown victims, the failure to protect our communities, the disregard for due process in our system, the obsession with the politics, the failure to be an actual prosecutor. Are you going to do it, in general terms? Are we speaking fairy tale ideas here? Or are you ever going to get down to specifics and start citing stuff? I will continue to put my platform and ideas on how to restore our district attorney's office to the level of respect it deserves. It's respected so much that a formerly convicted felon is trying to defend it. Think about that. What you've been reading lately is what's happening in the DA's office right now. What, are you kidding me? It's 4 a.m. The sound bites you hear of our DA being himself are voice messages he would send to his troops when he believed he was untouchable. What sound bites are you talking about? That's your people putting out misleading stuff. Are you seriously asking the people to take as evidence some doctored up sound bite? Is that your idea of presenting evidence? Or is it that you just think we're all that stupid? His text messages and voice messages show a callous politician unconcerned with job performance, but focused on power. This is our DA. Oh my, you're doing the thing that you're asking the opposition not to do. The text messages are doctored, and if you can't see that, then technology has left you behind. On our nickel, yours, and my, now you're talking about taxpayer dollars. Yeah, your people are trying to steal money from the taxpayers to run their campaigns. But that's okay with you. You don't want to talk about that. But neither me or my family will engage in the politics of personal destruction. Which family? You're talking about the 20-year-old chick you got this time? I told you, leave family out of it. God, you're stupid. In this campaign, I don't believe that's the kind of DA you want. Because to do so would mean to join the ranks of those who have lost their civility, and I wasn't raised that way. Well, I'm not even going to go into the petunia that you come off as being raised as. I don't think your parents raised this little petunia of a man who is talking right now. We will continue to focus on the DA in his official capacity and trust that you will agree that the 229th deserves better. Well, we don't disagree there. That's exactly the point that I've been trying to make, that compared to you, we already have a better public servant.